I just did a video on a stage 1 upgrade and what you needed in order to pull that off. So I talked about exhaust, air cleaners, and a tuner. So today I'm just going to go over the exhaust part of that. I run the Short Shot Staggereds by Vance Hines. They're a great set of pipes. Kind of give you an overview of what the pipe looks like. I'm going to give you some install tips, and at the end of the video I'm going to give you an audio clip. Hopefully it comes across the way that it should. It's really hard to get an accurate representation of what these pipes sound like on video, but I'm going to do the best I can. So here they are installed on the bike. I actually have 2 sets of these, so I'm going to go grab the set that's not installed, and I'm going to show you what they look like. All right guys, here we are. This is the way they come out of the box. The chrome pieces you see are the actual headers, and the mufflers are the actual short shots themselves. The black pieces are actually the heat shields that go on to the actual short shots. Here's your mounting flange here. Here's your O2 sensor. This comes ready to go for your narrowband O2 sensors right out of the box. So not a problem at all getting these installed. They just screw right in. I do recommend using some anti-seize on these when you put your O2 sensors in, because it does get very hot and you don't want those to micro weld themselves in there. So put a little anti-seize in there. They come with the standard baffles right out of the box. They do have a competition baffle and they do have a quiet baffle. I run the quiet baffles in my bike simply because it gives me a little bit deeper sound. It really doesn't quiet these pipes down. They're very loud pipes and they sound really good. These with the standard baffles to me just sounded a little hollow. With the quiet baffles you still get the same decibel level. It's just a little deeper and a little throatier sounding, in my opinion. And to change those out, it's very easy. Just remove this screw here and this slides out and you put the new ones in. So it's really easy to install. Also with the quiet baffle, what you're going to get is you're going to get a little more back pressure. So what that means, it's going to give you a little bit more low end torque, but you're going to lose a little bit on the high end. So it's really up to you what's more important to you, the high end or a little more bottom end torque. The standard baffle, you do lose a little bit of low end torque just because it's such a free flowing pipe. It doesn't provide the adequate amount of back pressure to create that torque at lower RPMs. But in the higher RPMs, you gain more horsepower with the standard baffle. So that's kind of up to you. And here's a heat shield, your standard heat shield. And as you can see, it's just half. It just slides over and it uses just standard pipe clamps. Just standard pipe clamps like this to clamp it on to the actual header and muffler combination. And as you can see on these, the muffler and the header is one piece. It's a welded piece. These are very good quality. And for the money, it's really hard to beat. The black ones, I believe, are about a little under $500, and the chrome ones are actually $100 cheaper. I think they're right at $400, so it really depends on the aesthetic look that you're looking for. So let's get another view of the bike here. Now I have had this exhaust for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and if I had some problems, I had a couple failures. One of the failures that I've had are the pipe clamps. I had a couple break on me. I don't know if it was from heat or if I had them tightened down too tight or what, but I did have a few break. Easy fix, go to Home Depot, you get some more pipe clamps, or you can call Vance Hines and they'll ship you some more for free. Their customer service is really good. The other problem I had was this piece here. This is the mounting bracket. So basically this piece goes right in here to replace your stock one that the actual muffler is attached to the back to give it stability. Believe it or not, this thing is 1/4 inch steel and it cracked. I had one break right through here in 2 pieces. But I called Vance Hines. 3 days later, I had one at my doorstep, brand new. Not a problem at all. Like I said, their customer service is great. Other than that, that is the only problems I've had with this. And as far as install goes, I'm not going to say that it's a simple install, but it's an easy install. If you take your time, you can get this done in about an hour, hour and a half. All right, the hardest part about this install for me was dealing with this. This is your Harley-Davidson exhaust gasket. And let me tell you what, these things are a true pain in the ass to get back into your cylinder heads. But lucky for you, I've solved that problem for like $5. You can go to Home Depot and you can make one of these. And this thing seats that gasket perfectly every time. I already have a video on this. I'm going to put a card right up here so you can reference that video and you can go to Home Depot and make this tool yourself. Like I said, it's about $5. And the exhaust gasket sets right on the end and you can just push it right in your exhaust head, give it a wiggle, and it seats it perfect every time. Without this, this is a complete nightmare. But install is very easy and these things sound great. You see a lot of bikes out there with these short shot staggers. And the reason you do is because it's a high quality exhaust for the money. For $500 or $400 if you go with the chrome, it really is a high quality exhaust. It gives you great sound and decent performance. These are just aesthetically pleasing, at least in my opinion, on the Sportster. I think they look great and they sound even better. And like I said, with the standard baffles, they're loud and there is a little bit of a hollow sound to it that I didn't dig. And that's the reason I went to the quiet baffles. Mostly was to get that deeper, throatier rumble that the quiet baffles offer. And the boost in low end torque didn't hurt my feelings at all. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to get a decent audio clip of this thing running. So let's see what we come up with. So guys, I hope that audio clip came out. We're going to find out here soon when I go to edit this video. But I can tell you that the difference in sound is night and day over this and the stock bike. And the performance is night and day over this, over the stock exhaust. Now, the only kicker is that if you're doing the stage one, you're going to need a tune anyway. But when you do run these Vance Hines short shots, even with your stock air filter, it is a good idea to go ahead and tune the bike to the exhaust using an FP3 or your tuner of choice. I recommend the FP3. It's easy, it connects to your smartphone via Bluetooth, either Apple or Android, it doesn't matter, and it's a simple, easy process to tune your bike. You will need a tune to richen this bike up a little bit because you do not want it to run lean because, like we said in the last video about the stage one, lean equals heat. So you don't want the motor to heat up any more than it needs to. But I do recommend these. I'm going to leave links to the exhaust below, both the chrome and the black. I will also leave a link for the anti-seize. So if you do decide to install these on your own, you'll have that for your O2 sensors. You see a lot of these out there because it is a good quality exhaust at a good price. And it gives you the sound that you're looking for. If you guys like this video, if it answered some questions for it, helped you out, please give it a thumbs up for me. And I appreciate you guys listening to me and let me waste your time. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. There should be a button right down there in the lower right-hand corner that's going to get you all hooked up. And like always, guys, ride safe and be careful out there. Later.